Well, hi everyone. It's Casey Truffaut from Be a Wealthy Therapist, and my colleague Joe Bavanese from Uncommon Practices and I would like to share with you how powerful and profitable and easy it is to generate passive income by adding clinicians to your practice. And we want to share these 4 free PowerPoint videos with you to get started. So I'm glad you're here for this learning series. Watch your emails for the different videos coming up. So let's get started right now. You know, when you first started out, most of us, all we wanted was a client in the waiting room and on our couch. I mean, we just wanted to be able to do the work and be therapists. But we had expenses. And after you got known in your community, if you're like many clinicians, you started to find that your waiting room was getting full and your caseload was full. And then one day, it just felt a little bit overwhelming. And a lot of therapists are getting burned out once they get full, but yet they still have a lot to share and they would like to still earn more money. So it can also happen another way, and that is, let's say you get full, you don't have any more availability in your caseload to see clients, and the phone keeps ringing, so you have to refer the clients out. And that can be very disheartening because every time you refer a client out, you're watching money go out the door with them. And with every client that you're not able to serve, what happens is you're losing that money forever. And depending on how much an average client spends with you, this can be a pretty significant amount of money. So what do? If you still want to make a difference and increase your impact and income when your caseload is full? Well, I look at it as 3 options. The first is you could raise your fees. I often recommend that you do this for new clients. There's actually some studies that show if you do it for existing clients, it can cause a therapeutic break. But you can raise your fees. That will, over time, raise your income. You can also offer some type of retreats or workshops where you're selling to more than one person per hour, and that will give you a higher dollar per hour rate. Or what I like to look at it is you can sell other people's time, and this is what Joe and I want to talk to you about, how to add clinicians to your practice. Now I just want to say I'm not talking necessarily about adding students or unlicensed clinicians, although you can choose to do that. I'm also talking about adding licensed clinicians who already know what to do, who are going to come in and take your overflow. So let's see, how does it work? Your reputation that you've built in the community is causing your phone to keep ringing with potential clients. When you bring in a new clinician, you assign that client that calls looking for a therapist to the new clinician, and then you take a percentage, and that percentage is not just a fee split, it's actually a percentage of the income that you take for your marketing efforts, for your branding, for the systems that you built, and all of that. So it's a win-win for everybody. And if you hire clinicians who just want to do the work and aren't entrepreneurial or don't already have a reputation, then everybody wins. You win, the client wins, and the clinician wins. But I did want to do a quick reality check, and that is, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme, even though Joe and I call it how to generate passive income. In the beginning, you're doing a fair amount of stuff to get it all put together. So the work is done up front, and then once you create the systems and everything, then it can work pretty much on its own, although you will be managing and mentoring. Now, also, there are expenses involved, obviously, as you bring more people in, and especially depending on how big you want to grow, there's going to be space. You might have to hire some admin. You might need some additional systems that you pay for. So there are some expenses involved, but it's pretty amazing. And the third thing I just wanted to say is that values, systems, and actions are key, and we'll talk more about this in upcoming videos. But I wanted to get right away to what is possible. So let's say you took 45% of a fee, and let's say you charged 150. I use 150 in some parts of the world. I know it might be 85 in other parts of the world. It might be 250, but I just did it this way. So if you take 45% of the fee, and these numbers are somewhat arbitrary, you could take more, you could take less. Make sure you cover your expenses though, because you will have expenses, especially the more you grow. If you take 45%, you can see there that you're getting $67.50 for each session. If somebody does 10 sessions a week, that's an extra $675 in your pocket. And you can see if you even move up to 25 sessions a week, and this can be done, let's say you work days, this could be evenings or vice versa, so it could be in your same space, that could add up to a pretty penny there. Now, just imagine if one clinician at 25 sessions brought in $1,688 per week. That is just about $74,000 a year for you. That is extra income to you beyond your practice. And you get that money for doing the work you did to build your reputation, and then for doing the admin and the management of the practice. Now, $74,000, what if you had more than one? I have a client right now who has 23 clinicians. So she's looking at over $1.4 million per year coming in. Now again, that is gross. She does have expenses because she has 4 areas now, 4 centers. So you don't have to go that big. You can still stay small. But we're talking about, this is pretty powerful and pretty good money. But who is this right for? Well, your phone has to be ringing. If you're somebody who's still struggling to get one client, you may not be wanting to do this. If you don't enjoy marketing, you may not want to be doing this. Let's say you're busy. Let's say you enjoy managing, you like being around other people. This is going to be right for you. Also, if you're looking to be more entrepreneurial and if you'd like to have more income. And the interesting thing about this is where you can really get paid time off, because now you really can go on vacation because your income is not related to what I call BIC hours, or butt in chair hours. So I guess I just wanted to show you in this beginning video, video number 1, that it really is possible to exponentiate your income if you've already got a busy practice and you consider bringing new people in. Now, in the next video, coming up in just a couple of days, I'm going to be talking about what are the 7 keys to doing this and successfully generating passive income. Now, the reason I'm going to be talking about that is because once I started seeing what was possible, I opened a center a few months ago, and so I got really clear on what it took to be successful and what I needed to do from the get-go. So I'm going to share those with you in the next video, and I look forward to doing that. So we're also going to share the mistakes that other people have made. So on behalf of my colleague Joe Bavanese, I would like to thank you for participating in our first video on how to generate passive income by adding clinicians to your practice. We look forward to serving you with the next video, and please leave us a comment and let us know what you thought of this video. Take good care. Until next time.